Iran speeding to nuclear weapons breakout. According to a February 13, 2015 article, Iran, with its proxies in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Bahrain and Yemen, have surrounded all the oil fields in the region and are currently busy encircling Jordan, Israel, and Palestine. By the time U.S. President Barack Obama leaves office, Iran will not only have nuclear breakout capability, but also the intercontinental ballistic missiles to deliver its nuclear warheads to Europe and North America. With the Obama administration focused solely on the appearance of fighting evil in the world, they're collaborating with Iran against the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, while the Iranians are building nuclear bombs in their cellars. Meanwhile, Russia and Iran have forged an alliance as they forego 200 years of enmity to rally around a common enemy, the United States. Russian President Vladimir Putin said in a speech recently that America regards Russia because of its military might, China because of its rising economic power, and Iran because of its nuclear program as enemies. Consequently, Putin attempted to persuade China to transform the Shanghai Group, which was set up to fight Islamic terrorism, into a full-fledged military alliance which would include Iran. Both Russia and Iran share a number of grievances against the United States and its allies in Europe and in the Middle East. They include sanctions which have devastated their economies and compounded the effects of the global recession. Both claim Washington and its oil-rich Arab allies have conspired to drive oil prices down in order to cripple their heavily dependent export revenues. Both countries seek to create irreversible realities in Eastern Europe and the Middle East and Central Asia during Obama's last 2 years in office. The phrase Fortachka Obama means the Obama window of opportunity. The phrase indicates a belief that America's next president may not be as pliable as the current one. Their goals are simple and straightforward. They want to drag out Tehran's nuclear program talks long enough to reach the so-called breakthrough stage, which could be within 2 years or less. They want to prop up what's left of Bashar and al-Assad's regime in Syria to prevent alternative government structure from emerging there. They'd like to reduce the effects of the sanctions. Russia's already agreed to market $20 billion worth of crude oil on the behalf of Iran. Russia's agreed to help in speeding up Iran's nuclear program. Last month, an agreement to build 2 more reactors in Bushehr was signed in Moscow in an accord to double bilateral trade within the next 5 years. Russia is also expected to deliver S-400 surface-to-air missiles based on contracts signed almost a decade ago. Russia already supplied these same missiles to China. Ezekiel 38 and 39 foretell of a war involving Russia, Iran, and a coalition of allies to include Turkey, Libya, and Sudan. This Russian allied coalition of forces will invade Israel and unleash a series of events that will change the world forever. The timing of this war is debated, but it could only happen after the regathering of the Jewish people in Israel in 1948. Some scholars believe this war to be separate from the Psalm 83 war. But one thing's for sure, we're living in precarious, exciting times, as the Lord's coming is at our doorsteps.